Welcome to another eye-opening hope. Today we will be looking on the topic tithes, man-made or God-made. In this time and age that we are living in, people are so skeptical and so over-secure when it comes on to their money. But who wouldn't be when there are so many Ponzi schemes around to the point wherein it is in the church? Are you saying, what am I saying? Well, I'm not putting on any clothes on the truth because this is a naked truth. What do you think this prosperity preacher is doing? Think about it and do the maths. 1. Is tithes man-made or God-made? 2. Did God really say that we should give 1/10 of our earning to Him? 3. But do God need money? And if He do, what is the purpose of it? 4. Did Jesus believe in paying tithes? 5. What are the benefits you receive when you give tithes? These are just a little of the questions that are asked pertaining to tithes. So we're going to be looking at number 1. Is the tithes man-made or God-made? And all the tithe of the land, whether of the seed of the land or of the fruit of the tree, is the Lord's. It is holy unto the Lord. Leviticus 27 verse 30. So here it is saying that the tithes is holy unto God, not unto man. So it is God made here. Number 2. Did God really say that we should give 1/10 of our earning to Him? And concerning the tithe of the herd or of the flock, even of whatsoever passeth under the rod, the 10 shall be holy unto the Lord. These are the commandments which the Lord commanded Moses for the children of Israel in Mount Sinai. So here it says that the 10th shall be the Lord, and it was commanded by who? The Lord. Alright. So, and you find that in Leviticus 27, 32 and 34. Right? So do you need better evidence than this? So it is plain to see that in the Hebrew economy, 1/10 of the income of the people was set apart to support the public worship of God. But the tithing system did not originate with the Hebrews from earliest time. The Lord claimed a tithe as His. Abraham paid tithes to Melchizedek, priest of God, according to the Bible. And it says, and Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God. And he blessed him, and said, Blessed be Abraham of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth, and blessed be the Most High God, which had delivered thine enemies into thy hand. And he gave him tithes of all. Genesis 14, 18 to 20. So here it is saying that Abraham gave Melchizedek tithes. So Jacob also in Genesis promised God 1/10 of what God will bless him with. So this shows you that it wasn't only the Hebrews it was given to. It was given to from early as in Jacob and those times. Right? So, and Jacob vowed a vow, saying, If God will be with me, and will keep me in this way that I go, and will give me bread to eat, and raiment to put on, so that I come again to my father's house in peace, then shall the Lord be my God. And this stone which I have set for a pillar shall be God's house. And of all that thou shalt give me, I will surely give the 10th unto thee. Genesis 28, 20 to 22. So what need to know is that God is the source of every blessing to His creatures, and to Him man's gratitude is due. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is He that giveth thee power to get wealth. Deuteronomy 8:18. The silver is mine, and the gold is mine, said the Lord of hosts. Haggai 2 verses 8. For every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle upon 1,000 hills. If I were hungry, I would not tell thee, for the world is mine, and the fullness thereof. Psalms 50 verse 10 and 12. So it is God who gives men power to get wealth. As an acknowledgement that all things came from Him, the Lord directed that a portion of His bounty should be returned to Him. But many think it hard to give back to Him that which He had blessed them with. And you even find a lot of person who is saying it wasn't God who made them rich, when without the breath of God, without life, and without health and strength, how can you gain money? How can you work to gain money? Number 3, but do God need money? And if he do, what is the purpose of it? Will a man rob God? Yet ye have robbed me. But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithes and offerings. Ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house. And prove me now herewith, said the Lord of hosts, if I will not open you the windows of heaven, and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it. Malachi 3 verses 8 to 10. Here the Bible is telling you to bring the tithes into the storehouse. And where is that storehouse? Not an independent ministry, not on Wall Street, not any investment scheme, but in the house, which is the church. Why? That there may be meat in his house. Do ye not know that they which minister about holy things live of the things of the temple? And they which wait at the altar are partakers with the altar. Even so hath the Lord ordained that they which preach the gospel should live of the gospel. 1 Corinthians 9, 13 and 14. So it is showing us that the pastor must get his pay when he work, because if he live off of the gospel, he must be paid by the gospel. So he said, lay not up for yourself treasure upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasure in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Matthew 6 verses 9 to 21. But how do you lay up treasure in heaven? Then Jesus, beholding him, loved him, and said unto him, one thing thou lackest, go thy way, sell whatsoever thou hast, give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come take up the cross and follow me. Mark 10:21. So it is showing us that when you give to the poor, you are storing treasure in heaven. He says, blessed is he that considereth the poor. The Lord will deliver him in time of trouble. The Lord will preserve him and keep him alive, and he shall be blessed upon the earth, and thou wilt not deliver him unto the will of his enemies. Psalms 41 verse 1 and 2. He that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto the Lord, and that which he hath given will he pay him again. Proverbs 19:17. So the tithes is to pay the pastor, to take care of the poor, and to spread the gospel in whatever means it can, whether by tracts distribution, TV ministry, radio ministry, colporting, etc. As the giver of every blessing, God claims a certain portion of all we possess. This is his provision to sustain the preaching of the gospel, and by making this return to God, we are to show our appreciation of his gift. But if we withhold from him that which is his own, how can we claim his blessing? If we are unfaithful stewards of earthly things, how can we expect him to entrust us with things of heaven? So, number 4, did Jesus believe in paying tithes? And Jesus sat over against the treasury, and beheld how the people cast money into the treasury, and many that were rich cast in much. And there came a certain poor widow, and she threw in 2 mites, which make a farthing. And he called unto him his disciples, and said unto them, verily I say unto you, that this poor widow had cast more in than all they which have cast into the treasury. For all they did cast in of their abundance, but she of her want did not cast in all that she had, even all her living. Mark 12:41 to 44. Here Jesus esteemed her gift of more value than the large offering of those whose alms did not call for self-denial. From their abundance they had given a small portion to make her offering. The widow had deprived herself of even the necessities of life, trusting God to supply her needs for the morrow. So Jesus commended her for this, meaning he is in agreement with us giving tithes. 5. What are the benefits you receive when you give tithes? Honor the Lord with thy substance, and with the first fruit of all thine increase. So shall thy barns be filled with plenty, and thy presses shall burst out with new wine. Proverbs 3, 9 and 10. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure pressed down and shaken together and running over shall men give unto your bosom. For with the same measure that ye mete, withal it shall be measured to you again. Luke 6:38. There is that scattereth, and yet increaseth, and there is that withholdeth more than is meet, but it tendeth to poverty. The liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself. Proverbs 11:24 and 25. I have shewn you all things, how that so laboring ye ought to support the weak, and to remember the words of the Lord Jesus, how he said, it is more blessed to give than to receive. Acts 20 verse 35. Cast thy bread upon the waters, for thou shalt find it after many days. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 1. So here it is showing you, by giving you will receive, and the more you give, the more you will receive, and the more you give willingly is the more you will receive, till you don't even have room enough for it. So remember now, when you are giving your tithes, you do not give the 1/10 from your net pay, but from your gross. For if the government can take taxes from your gross, God should get his 1/10 from it too. May your eyes be open to see the true purpose of tithing. But this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. Every man according as he purposeth in his heart, so let him give not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loveth a cheerful giver. 2 Corinthians 9, 6 and 7. It was once more another eye-opening hope. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, hit the bell so you won't miss my upload, share and also comment. Peace.